evening, Graham Rawlins with News Geelong. Lura Park Estate on the Drysdale Road has won gold with one of its sparkling wines, a Pinot Chardonnay. And works on the refurbishment of the historic Geelong City Hall frontage has now begun. From the world of sport, Mitch Cleary, Scoop Cleary of course, will update us with the latest sporting activity in and around Geelong and the Surf Coast, while from the weather world, scintillating Sophie Miller will advise on the Geelong and Surf Coast area weather forecast expected over the next 6 days. The Geelong Hospital has pioneered new hypertension technology that uses radio frequency energy to deactivate the nerves responsible for high blood pressure. Debbie Meaney reports.
A new innovation called renal denervation is helping Geelong patients and patients in the area with high blood pressure. I spoke with Dr Thomas Yip here at Pt1 Health about what it involves.
Yes, the procedure is a percutaneous procedure, namely it is via a keyhole procedure through the groin for us to get up to the arteries to the kidneys. We call them the renal arteries. The idea is that we try to take a special catheter into the kidney arteries to deliver some low energy called radio frequency energy to the arteries in order to deactivate the nerves that sit right outside the arteries to the kidneys. These nerves are special nerves. They are sympathetic nerves, part of the autonomic nervous system. The idea is by deactivating these nerves, we would see some improvement in the management of hypertension.
And so how is hypertension currently managed here, and how will this help?
It's currently managed in Geelong and worldwide with a large number of available antihypertensive medications. These medications are proven to be very effective in treating hypertension, and this remains the mainstream treatment of this population. However, we see a very significant proportion of these patients that still have poorly controlled hypertension despite these number of medications that we can provide them. For different reasons, either the number of medications are still not adequate to treat the problem, or the medications are generating undue side effects that it is not tolerable to the patients. And hence this procedure would be a very useful complementary tool to the current management of hypertension.
At Pt1 Health, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. Lura Park Estate has reinforced its status as a Geelong region's sparkling wine powerhouse by taking out a coveted gold medal at the recent French-Australian Chamber of Commerce Awards for its vintage Grand Cuvée sparkling Pinot Chardonnay. Ian Nichols enjoys a sip as he reports.
Well, here we are out on the Bellarine Peninsula at Lura Park Estate, who've just been winning so many accolades of late, particularly for this sparkling wine, a vintage sparkler, 2010, and that's pretty important according to the winemaker, and not just to win a local award, but to be honoured by the French. And today we're talking with the winery manager and one of the winemakers, I might add, Niall Condon.
2010 vintage sparkling Pinot Chardonnay. We were lucky enough to pick up a gold medal at the recent Le Concours de Vins, which is a wine show run by the French Chamber of Commerce in Victoria for Victorian wines. And we feel that picking up a gold in the sparkling class is probably one of the best, being the French, the home of champagne. So.
Well, that's right. I mean, we were forced to use the terminology sparkling wine. They were so proud of their champagne. So it is an accolade and an honour, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. We feel that we're pretty blessed here on the Bellarine Peninsula, in particular, to grow such premium quality grapes for sparkling wine. There's a lot of Chardonnay, there's a lot of Pinot Noir on the peninsula, and with the cool climates that we have here inherently during the growing season, it's perfect.
So had you been making sparkling wines for very long, or was it something that you introduced into your range?
No, we've been making sparkling wines here consistently under the, for the last few years under the new owners. We see that as one of the wines that we really hang our hat on here at Lura Park.
Now, just digressing for one moment, we weren't going to, but you are also producing a cider here, which has turned out to be more than a sideline.
It has. It's we have to be careful that it doesn't take over our primary focus, but Flying Brick Cider Company is our new baby. and that has literally been flying as well. Yeah, 3 to choose from there.
So you really are a busy man, and I understand that apart from managing the winery, you also get out there hands-on and do some of the representation at the various outlets around Geelong.
Yeah, we do, and I really enjoy doing that. It's a good part of my role, being part of the winemaking team here. I think there's no better people to get out there and talk about the wines than those that are making it hands-on.
Yeah, well, I guess you get a bit of feedback as well that is probably absolutely essential.
Always essential, yeah. Good and bad feedback, we take it all on board.
Well, congratulations on this most recent award. Any competition coming up? Any other accolades that might be around the corner for 2012?
There was certainly a few more for 2011, probably too much to go into today, but the show season as we know it is pretty much finished now. Now we're going to really button down, knuckle down and get ready for Vintage 2012 and see if we can back it up.
Well, congratulations. If the French think it's a lovely drop, it's got to be very special.
Yeah, I think so too, and again, we're just thrilled to bits, so thanks.
At Lura Park Estate out at Curlewis, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico. It's good to see the French experts deeming our sparkling a gold medal wine. Remember the nights at the old drive-in theatre? Well, Twilight Cinemas has launched Movies Under the Stars at Spring Creek Reserve, Torquay, with the outdoor and drive-in movies being screened on a giant 12-metre inflatable screen. Debbie Meany reports.
If you're looking for something to do on one of these summer evenings, check out the Twilight Cinema options. I spoke with Chris Jones from Twilight Cinemas. They've got some great blockbuster movies available. You can see them in an open setting like here in Spring Creek Reserve or perhaps in Anglesea.
Well, Twilight Cinemas is basically a touring outdoor cinema operation. Having said that, we also screen indoors as well. For example, at the moment we're screening at the Anglesea Memorial Hall every day, right through to the end of January. But generally the Twilight Cinemas is an outdoor portable operation.
And being portable, how does the screen work here?
Well, it's a giant inflatable screen. It inflates in a matter of minutes. It's a 12-metre screen and it's great for crowds of up to about 2,000 people. Affordable for families in particular.
And what about the munchies? Are there snacks available, I'm guessing?
There's certainly snacks available. The canteen is open every evening, so plenty of snacks available for everyone. But we're obviously screening at Torquay every Tuesday and Wednesday evening throughout January.
In Torquay, this is Debbie Meany for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. Brings back many a romantic memory. This is News Geelong as we go to a break and return with more news after this.